Welcome to Sweethearts or Rivals. I'm Charla.
I'm Justin.
And we're going to be doing our video podcast number 19.
19. Usually what we do is we take a look at acquisitions for the month, things that we've played that are new to us, and things that have come onto our radar.
Right. So it'll be for the month of November.
Acquisitions. What did we get in November? We got...
I'll let you say our very exciting acquisitions for the month of November.
Nothing.
Yeah. We didn't buy anything.
Unfortunately not. Yeah, it's just games are getting expensive, and we don't have a lot of money anymore.
Yeah, and we're getting pickier, I think, as well.
Yeah. And there are a bunch of games that I'm looking at and I'm very interested in, but not interested in enough to run out and buy it.
Without playing it first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I keep looking at our shelf going, I want to play that. I want to play that. Never even played that. And I don't feel this great desire to go out and buy a bunch of new games.
Well, there's a few that I really want to get.
Yeah.
But I think we're maybe saving them for Christmas.
Maybe.
Something new to us, though, we have gotten a few review copies.
Yes, which is very awesome.
Very exciting.
Yep.
2 people contacted us themselves. And then we sent out some emails. And then one company responded. So that was nice. So
yeah.
And they're actually all on the channel right now.
Yes.
So they were from Red Raven Games.
Yep.
The 8 Minute Empire. And also Agility from Two Lanterns Games.
Yep.
And then you emailed some people, and who responded?
We got a response from Grail Games. So we managed to get Machta and Jeju Island.
Right, and all of those are on the channel right now. Actually, we've had a chance to play them quite a bit.
Yeah. And then we also reached out to Renegade Games, and we're now on their list for future releases. Ooh.
That's exciting, too.
We're going to be reaching out to a couple other companies just to see if they're interested. And if any companies are interested, please get in touch with us.
Yeah. sweetheartsorrivals@gmail.com.
Right on.
It's tricky, though, because sometimes it's really hard to find out the right place to email.
Yes. I think if we attended conventions...
That would be different.
And met some of these people like face to face, I think that would have a big difference.
It would.
Yeah.
But we're so far out of the way of everything.
Yeah. And we don't have a lot of money to buy games, which means we have no money to go to conventions.
There's no way, because it would be airfare.
Yeah.
And then to stay somewhere.
Yeah.
And then the convention itself probably costs money.
Oh, yeah.
So...
Yep.
Yeah.
Someday.
We'll save for something someday.
Yeah.
Awesome. Should we go on to what we played for the very first time in the month of November?
Sure. What did we play?
We played MX versus Minions.
Yes, we did.
We played it a couple of times, actually.
Yeah.
Like the very beginner one where you learn how to play the game. And then we played the next scenario.
Yeah, which was cool. What do you think?
I actually liked it quite a bit. Like, I liked it as much as I thought I was going to like it. When you're picking your cards for the very first one, and that's funny because really you're kind of just setting your board up a little bit. So it's like, I turn here and I shoot nothing. Or I go forward this and I'm not in range yet, so I shoot nothing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny.
Yeah. It is a really good, like, learning curve. The way it's set up, where the first scenario introduces you to the base mechanisms, and then more get introduced. I really like how they've set that up. That's very cool. Yeah.
Well, it's a very interesting blend, I think, between a board game and a video game.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly how a video game would do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which makes sense because they're video game makers.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I really liked it. I'm really looking forward to getting into some of the more heavier scenarios, because the ones we've played so far took more, it took longer to set them up than it did to actually play them, which is kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to the more like in-depth game where, you know, you're like really into it and you put all this time and effort and it's coming down to the wire and are you actually going to make it or not, and that tension, which I haven't yet had. Yeah. Yeah. But it's a lot of fun and the mechanisms are cool. And
the components really are out of this world.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to like taking this over to like a couple of friends' places and just like, yeah, we're gonna crack this open, and their eyes just being like, oh my goodness. Yeah. So that's cool. What else did we play?
Well, you wanted to talk about the next game of Rebellion that we played.
Yes, our second game, which is awesome. This is a very long game.
Yeah, so you have to set aside a fair amount of your day just to
That's correct.
play it.
You don't take Rebellion off the shelf with other games when you're having like a big game day.
No.
You take Rebellion off the shelf and put the rest of them away.
Right.
Because Rebellion is going to take the entire time. In our first game, we found that the tactical card play in battles was kind of annoying and just drug the battle out instead of making it more interesting and more tense.
Right.
So for our second game, we tried a house rule where we got rid of the tactical cards completely. And then when you roll the dice, anything that comes up with the 2 crossed lightsabers, which would allow you to draw or play your cards, just counts as one of the this can damage anything sides, which worked really, really well.
It sped up that part of the game a lot.
Yeah. And then when you look at the leader that's involved, normally they have a tactical number, which is how many cards they start off with. That was just your rerolls.
Yeah.
You rolled, and okay, he has a tactical ability of 2, so I get to re-roll these 2 dice. And that was it. And it sped the combat up significantly.
And it was way less confusing for me. Because, I mean, all those cards... I mean, if the game was getting stale and I wanted to complicate my game up a little bit more, maybe I'd introduce them back in.
Yeah.
But for now, while I'm just learning the whole, like, the hidden movement and all that deduction...
Yeah.
The combat I found out of place somehow.
Yeah. It was just... There was too much game into what shouldn't take that long. So you can get back to the actual game.
The fun part.
Yeah. So we tried it. It worked really well.
Yeah.
I found it. We definitely need more plays.
We definitely need more plays of that one, for sure.
But I enjoyed it a whole lot more. Combat was like bang, 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 bang. Okay, we're done. That was awesome, and we move on. And at no point did I feel like, if we'd used the cards, I probably would have won that instead of you. Like, that never happened.
No. I think you would only be able to talk to that if we played a lot of games of it.
Yeah. And maybe if you understood all of the tactical cards, like you knew it that well, you might have this, like, you might think, okay, I'm going to do this combat, and hopefully I'll get this card, which will help me pull this off. But I don't even think the cards are that powerful anyway.
I don't know. I don't remember them from when we played before.
Yeah. So, if you have Rebellion, and you don't like the card play that much, you can try that too, and let us know how it works out for you, and help our research.
There you go. Yeah, it would be nice to have, like, more opinions of
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Because I really enjoyed the just roll the dice, okay, these 2 re-roll, and there's my total. Plus the extra, it wasn't a lot of extra hits with the two lightsabers. That didn't come up a ton. It didn't seem unbalanced.
No.
Which was nice. So what else did we play this month?
Well, the other games were the games that we received and we did videos for, so...
Yeah.
They're all on the channel already. Agility and the 8-Minute Empires. And Matchstat and Jeju. Yep.
All out there already. Go take a look. And that was it. It's been a rough time of year to, like, get gaming done.
It seems to.
Yeah.
We're always busy with something.
Yeah.
And then when we have free time, we're so tired, it's like, I can't unpack and then play a game and pack it back up.
Yeah. It's kind of sad. Hopefully this Christmas break will take some time to, like, get some gaming done. So, what entered our radar this month?
Well, something that I hadn't had on my radar at all, and mainly because of the cover and the title, but once we watched the review, I'm very interested in Blood of an Englishman.
Cover looks awesome.
Really?
Yeah, I like the cover. It's cool.
Meh. But it's cards, which you don't like, but it's interesting card play. It's a 2-player only game, so
That's
we're
cool.
always on the hunt for 2-player onlys.
This is true.
And one that works really well with interesting card play, I'd really like to give that one a shot.
Kind of like asymmetrical, where one person's trying to do one thing, but the other person's trying to do a completely different thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of neat.
It's interesting, too, because I didn't even clue into the theme that it was Jack and the Beanstalk. I don't know why, I guess.
Okay.
I've forgotten a lot of childhood nursery rhymes or something.
Oh, from the title, yeah.
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 Yeah, that didn't make me think of Jack and the Beanstalk.
The cover clicks right in.
Not for me either.
Really?
No.
Because it's a giant and a beanstalk.
Yeah, well. Yeah.
Okay. No, it looked cool. It looks interesting.
I'm interested in it. What's one for you?
Great Western Trail.
But you fell asleep when we were watching that playthrough.
Because I'm very tired a lot.
Yeah, I know. It does look very interesting.
Yeah.
It's a very involved game, I think.
Yeah. It does look very involved, but it looks very neat how you kind of build buildings and places, locations along this route.
And then you travel to them or people stop at yours or something.
That's kind of cool.
And you have your own player board too.
Yeah.
Okay.
It does look very neat. I definitely need to know more about it. Mm-hmm. I need to watch something about it when I'm not tired.
Yes. I like to see more of a playthrough video, I think, rather than an explanation video. Just to have an imagination of what it would be like to play.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we're going to be able to play that one before we buy it. So
yeah,
we'll have to do the next best thing.
What about another one for you?
I am very interested in Fabled Fruit, actually.
Oh my.
Like, I really want that game. Like, I really, 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 really want that game. So what it is you have this huge stack of cards. I don't know if it's that tall, but it feels like when people describe it, it's like this tall.
I hope it's that tall, because it's a lot of money.
Yeah. So you flip over 6 stacks of the same card, and then you use those actions. It's like worker placement, and you take those cards away, and when you get rid of a stack, you start another one, a new card that you'll play with.
Okay.
And then when you're done the game for the evening or whenever, you don't use the cards over again. Mm-hmm. You just start again. So, like, you're always just going down the stack.
Yeah. You don't take everything, shuffle it back in together, and put it away in the box to start over again.
The draw pile is a very specific order of cards and number of cards.
So, the draw pile that you start with, all of these cards have a specific order, like they're numbered or something?
From what I understand, it is.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I haven't played it yet.
Yeah.
But I think it is. I don't know.
Weird.
Someone will tell us if we're wrong. If I'm wrong.
I don't know how I feel about that. Because once you play through it, I know it's like you put it away and you take it out, and where you left off the last time is where you pick up the next game from, which is neat.
Yeah.
But once you went and played several games and got through that and then reset it up, it would be the exact same game.
Kind of, but you'll go through these other piles in a different order maybe in the next game. So how they interact with each other is going to be different each time. Or you might exhaust one pile really fast in one game, but not fast at all in another game.
Okay.
And you're like collecting fruits to try to make smoothies or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want it.
I don't know. I look at it and I see a great big stack of cards for a lot of money, which makes me weary, and I definitely need to understand it more before I'm on board and getting it.
Okay, we're going to watch something else then.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I'm already sold.
There you go.
And there's only 2 more games, but I don't know a ton about them to talk about them. I guess we have to research some more, though.
Okay.
Is Honshu, which is, from what I understand, like you're drafting cards, and then you can lay them down, and they play cards over top of each other, and they have quadrants on them.
Oh, yeah, yep.
And you're building up a city.
Yeah, that looked kind of neat.
And then you score your city when you're done.
Yeah. But it's not just like a city, it's cities and lands and stuff like that. And
well, you're building up your area. Like you have your own area that you're going to score at the end of the game.
That did look very
interesting. But the cards overlap each other. Kind of like that cat box game.
Yeah. Which
is really interesting because the cat box game, they remind me of each other. But the cat one has things on one side and the other side. So your opponent can play cards from your hand, but they have to use this side of the card.
Yeah. And
I can play cards from my hand, but it has to only be from this side.
That's intriguing.
Yeah, and then you play over top of the cards, but that's on a whole. I think you're collectively playing on that one.
Yeah.
So they're similar, but both different. I'm actually interested in both of those 2 games.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the laying over, because I really like a puzzle game.
Yeah.
And I really like tile laying games, so I mean a card laying game is very similar.
It's, because instead of a tile where you put a tile and add it, you're placing a card down and like adding some piece to it, but also taking pieces away from others.
So you have hard decisions to make.
That is very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Honshu and Catbox are both very interesting in slightly variations of that idea.
And I think they're different enough probably, that you could have them both in your collection, not feel like, oh, I have these two games that are really the same, but I always feel like playing this one, so why did I get two the same?
Yeah.
But I think they're different enough.
Cool.
For both to be at my house.
Nice. The Game of Thrones Hand of the King. I remember watching a little bit about that. I need to watch a little bit more.
Yeah, it kind of was like was it like a sliding puzzle almost?
Sort of.
I only saw one little thing on it.
Yeah.
But it seemed very interesting because you're trying to collect house names or something.
It's a unique kind of puzzly way of set collecting.
Yeah.
And then sort of your set collections is sort of like a majority control of the houses.
That I watched on it, I found interesting was the houses have different amounts of people in them.
Yeah.
So some houses are easy to collect. I can't remember if they're worth more or something, but it's a very interesting how they balance. There's only a few people in this house, but this house has like these Starks there's a bajillion of those ones. So yeah.
Yes,
it looked very interesting.
It looked very neat. And then one game that came onto my radar that I'd heard of it and I wasn't really interested, and then it just kind of hit me all at once, and it's like, I need to know more about this, is Gloomhaven.
Oh, yes, Gloomhaven.
Yeah.
That looks really cool.
Yeah. And it's sort of like a role-playing game into a card game, which we've seen before with things like Pathfinder, the card game.
Yeah.
But a very unique card play at the same time. Like, you have a deck of cards, that's your character, and on your turn you grab two cards, and then you got to choose which one to play, or which side of the card to play. There's a lot of very interesting choices with the card play.
And you take these characters and you take them on multiple adventures.
Yeah.
So it's persistent play, which is very interesting.
Yep.
Because we haven't found a persistent play game yet that we really like.
No, we haven't. Not really. Not a lot. Eventually your character is going to achieve the goal that they want and retire, but that doesn't actually mean your game is over, because you'll get a new character and continue to develop them, and you'll have several characters.
Yeah, and there's all these boxes in there that you get to unlock, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of legacy as well.
Yes, because even though you're not like legacy style your character, the legacy style kind of enters into like the land.
Map.
Yeah.
Yeah, the map was interesting.
Yeah.
And you get to put stickers on the map.
Yeah.
I like stickers.
So you get to develop like the city and the land over multiple characters in a cooperative fantasy RPG style massive card game with some cool minis.
Yeah.
Not a ton, but the characters all have minis, which is cool. That looks neat.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've been reading the rulebook a little bit because you can play a single scenario for free on Tabletopia, which just opened up beta.
Right,
recently.
For Steam.
Yeah.
I don't know, you did it, so I don't know how you did it. You signed up somehow.
Yep, just go to Steam and sign right up. But not having the physical components of the game to look over while I'm reading the rulebook, I'm struggling with it. Like, I kind of need to be able to set it up and then start reading the rulebook and playing around with it. So
right, because you're more of a visual learner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that
See,
tactile,
I think that's why I have a hard time to read the rulebook, because I need to listen to the rules. They should put rules on audio cassettes. Or,
Yeah.
Well, that's old-fashioned, but they should make, like...
8-track.
Justin. But you know what I mean. Like, there should be a service that you could download the rules to listen to.
Yeah.
Instead of read, because that could be my issue with reading rule books.
It'd be difficult without any kind of visual information to go with it.
No, but see, it would be like you reading the rule book but needing the game in front of you. That's why it's not working for you on Tabletopia. But for me to read the rule book and have the game in front of me, it's too much stimuli. I need like the game in front of me but listen to the rule book.
Gotcha.
Anyway.
Okay.
That was an aside. So, do we have more things on our radar from last month?
I don't think so.
No.
I think those are the ones that kind of...
Covered it all?
Yeah. I think, honestly, because, and I mentioned this earlier, because I'm kind of focusing on the games we already have, and really finding myself in like this moment where I want to play them more, there could be games out there that I would be very interested in if I let myself, but I'm not. I find myself like kind of just ignoring things that might grab my interest.
But we need to keep on top of this stuff.
we got a backlog.
I know.
If we can get through our backlog, then yeah, I'll hit that. We're like, okay, that's awesome. Let's get some new stuff. But right now, I'm just like, I've got too much stuff I want to play already.
It's understandable.
Yeah. And it happens. It kind of like a pendulum. It swings back and forth.
So what's coming up for the channel?
A break.
Aw.
Yep. We have the holidays coming up, which is always a busy time. My Christmas break is significantly shorter this year than it usually has.
Yeah.
If you live anywhere near Nova Scotia or Canada and you know someone who's a teacher, you know that we're in the middle of this like massive headache of just trying to be treated fair. So it's incredibly stressful, which is probably another reason why we haven't got a lot of gaming done.
Right.
Yeah.
And also shooting as well, because I find if we're stressed or, out of sorts,
Yeah.
it's going to come through in the video.
Yeah.
So we don't want to, put that on you guys. Or to have you have to watch, us not at our best.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to break. This will be our last video of the year. Ooh.
I guess.
But we're going to take a break and try to just play some more games and just have some fun.
Yeah.
And then when we come back after the holidays, get back into it, kind of, again, focus on that fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe there'll be some updates to some stuff around our channel. We'll see what we decide over the holidays.
Yeah. Well, we usually always have a very first video for the years, a look back at last year.
Yeah.
See, what worked for the channel, what was exciting for the channel.
Yeah, things we're going to promise are going to happen this year that we never get around to.
Right, and then, we grade ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
all that fun stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, make new promises.
Yeah.
It's kind of like our New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
Because I don't make them in general. I think New Year's resolutions are silly, actually, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
But, something for the channel to hold us accountable from year to year.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
So we'll be doing that, and we'll come back in the new year and continue to entertain you with many a video of the board gaming variety.
I hope so.
We hope so.
Awesome.
Right on.
So I guess that's a wrap on podcast number 19.
And 2016.
I guess. So thanks for watching us over the year.
And thanks for listening.
And we'll be back in 2017.
Yep. Have a good holidays. And a happy new year.
See ya.
Later.